Hello and welcome to the July 2018 update from Clydebridge Station. Progress on the layout this month has been rapid, so there's quite a lot to go through, so I'll try and be as quick as I can and not make the video as long as last month. If you've got any comments or queries, suggestions, then put them in the comments box below this video. Thanks. Well, this is where the main progress has been made this month. The south fiddle yard, which is below this board here, has now been fully laid with brand new track, and it's been thoroughly tested. 47436 was the locomotive used for the testing, and the success in the testing now means that the station baseboards are laid and work is going on for the station area. I'll show you this other end down here in a moment, but as you can see, it's a station with 6 platforms. This one here will probably be slightly shorter, and it's going to be the motor rail and parcels platform. But the other 4 platforms will be full length, and this one will probably just be a sort of half length here. Now, only platforms 1, 2 and 3 have been laid with new track at the moment, but you'll notice they're not pinned down and there's no cork below them. Now, the reason for that is the model shop that I go to didn't have any left-hand Bachmann points in stock, so I've only had right-hand ones, although interestingly the trains are still going over the old points anyway. But until I get the right-hand point, the left-hand points, I can't pin these 3 platforms down. But once I get those points, I will have them pinned down. The reason why I've actually managed to get 3 platforms done is the model shop was actually out of stock of the long straights, which, if you think about it, are trying to think, that and that as 2 double straights would be a long straight. The shop was actually sold out of those, so I ended up getting the flexi track, which is a bit longer, and it worked out a little bit cheaper, and as you can see, it's gave me 3 platform roads when I was only looking to have 1. And remember, I wasn't even expecting to be doing this until August or September, so I'm well ahead of schedule. What's going to happen up here is, I'll just move that out of the way now. The scenery and retaining wall will carry on up here, and then there'll be an angled curve here and up here, and what I'm going to put on the top bit here is probably something like the back of a rugby ground. I think I'm going to go for, and that way you'll add a bit of scenic interest in that corner there. The retaining wall, you could see here, I've cut it on this board, and the board is a bit high really, so I'll have to paint all that bit blue, but the rest of the boards will be to a lower level, and it'll allow me to put something else in behind it if need be. The normal retaining wall that I was going to use like this cannot be used because for clearance reasons for getting into platform 1, so I'm just using the Metcalf's one, which you can see here, and I've used it elsewhere, so that's what I'm going to be using there, the Metcalf's one, and that'll allow me to get the retaining wall done along there. Down at the buffer stop end of the station, or the concourse end, this is this piece of back scene that I got at Model Rail Scotland. Now, I can tell you right now, it is definitely not perfect. There's some bubbles there. My gluing is not that good. I've managed to get it up, and to solve the problem of the retaining wall and the depth of the road, as you can see here, I've stuck some more Metcalf's walling on there. what I'm going to do next is, once I've finished filming here, this piece of MDF is going to be taken back up, and I'm going to give it 2 coats of primer and then a coat of paint. And I'm going to download some stuff from Scale Scenes that can make platform bases. I'll explain more about that just shortly. And what we'll do is we'll actually have the station building probably around about here, and there'll be another building here that'll have... It's sold by Bachman as a parcel, as a waiting room and ladies' toilet. I'm actually going to use it to make a parcels point and a branch of W.H. Smith, and it'll probably sit around about here. And this last bit here is actually going to be where the motor rail ramp will be. Obviously this is old track just here, so the new track will come up right there. Moving on to what the platforms will be like, this is actually from the old layout Glasgow City. I'm actually going to take that up the now. It's not even glued down yet. I'll show you. I can't glue it down until I've got the track pinned down. But I've got all these Hornby ones. Goodness knows where I've got these Hornby ones from. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use them to be the template to make the new platforms. And I've got my MDF ready to do that. And what we'll do is we'll have the platforms made, and then once the platform bases are made, we'll get 2 coats of primer and a coat of grey. And when that's all done, I'll then be putting the Scale Scenes cover on top of that to simulate the proper platform edging and walling. That's why I can't use this, because the old chips that's on it, just see there. So I'll make new ones up. This will actually just be good as a test piece now, by the way. Then it's a case of getting some surfacing done for here as well. And over here where there's quite a large gap, I'm actually going to try and somehow, using maybe balsa wood, create steps that would go down to here. Because I know at Fort William Station, one of the platforms have got that. So I'll... and probably put stuff along here maybe for filling up carriages, like taps, water taps, etc. And fill up the toilets and carriages. So this bit is now beginning to take real shape as a station. The last thing to mention is the buffer stops. They're all going to get painted. The black there now, that's not how they're going to finish. What's going to happen is, I saw this in the book Rail Portfolio 7, the 47s. It's a photo of 47407 Aycliffe at Liverpool Lime Street. And what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to paint the buffers grey, but the front bits here, and along here are going to be painted yellow. That's probably what they were like in the late 80s when this layout is set. Progress on the town scene has been rather slow this month, although I have managed to do some developments up here. I've managed to sort out this area above the tunnel mouth, and what I've done is, I thought this was lovely brick walling that come out the Metcalfe's walling pack I had. It's not walling at all, it's actually slate. It does the job nonetheless, but I'll be putting different walling along this part here. Now, I've also put some scenic material just in these parts here. You could see glued them down to simulate some more undergrowth. What I'm going to try and do as I go further along here is get bits of paper, little bits of paper, and just glue them in as well to simulate some newspaper that may have blown over over the wall into the undergrowth. The only thing that's missing from this part here, where the bus is some double yellow lines and lamp posts, and then that's that bit completed. A problem that I've encountered down here, however, and I suspect it could just be with the hot weather, is that my 47s, when they're coming up this track, for some reason, if they're hauling carriages, the front wheel, when it gets up to the top of the incline, the track has to push down a bit. And previously it was working fine, they were going around the bend no bother, but now they're not. The sequence you saw there with 436, I actually re-railed it and put it back into the tunnel a little bit at the top of the incline, so it didn't do that. So it's a minor problem that I've got, but in previous running with the locos they were absolutely fine. I suspect it's just with the heat, with the track expanding, and it can get quite hot in here sometimes, so I suspect that's what my problem is, and it's maybe just trial and error of stopping the train and then starting it up again, but it's only a minor issue. Haven't had a try on this track yet. I may have to go for reverse running, I don't know. We'll see what we can do. While I'm up here, one last bit that we'll have to tell you about is coming along here. Where 47475 is, this is the actual only bit of the depot that's been laid with new track. And again, I'm waiting on the left hand backman point. Once I get them, then what we'll have is I'll be able to pin the track down here and here. So we've got one depot road and 3 platform roads laid at the moment. I'm very happy with how the progress has been this month. It's been quite rapid. Now in terms of track laying for the next month, I'm only really looking next month just to get the 2 left hand backman points, because my main aim over the next month is, as we go back around here, is to get the retaining wall done along here and in the corner there and round, and start to get some scenic material down, and also get the platforms made. So there's going to be very little in terms of track work next month. Going further forward, I'm going to soon be starting to get some brand new rolling stock brought in. Hopefully in the next few weeks, Oxford Rail will have their proper Mark III coaches out in ScotRail livery. These ones, as you can see, are from the 1980s style Hornby one, and they're not to scale. A Mark III was never the same length as a Mark IIC. So the new Mark IIIs will be somewhat longer, and they would probably take the train to, I would say, here. And that would be more realistic. And Bachmann's bringing out its replacement DBSO, so I'm hoping to get that as well. It's going to be DCC fitted, the DBSO. In terms of other bits of rolling stock, I've got a couple of older Mark IIs in blue-grey livery. They just need new wheels on them, and then they should be hunky-dory for the layout as well. So at the moment I've got 2 complete sets of rolling stock, the Transpennine train, the Regional Railways train, and I hope by the end of this year to have at least 2 more complete trains. And then next year we'll be talking about getting new locomotives. So by the time of the next update in August, you should hopefully see this back seen along here, the retaining wall completed, and over in the corner, and we'll definitely have all the groundwork done here at the station concourse area. Now just before I go, I always like to give a quick shout out to a few layouts that you can have a look at. And obviously the one that's local to me is David Watson with Dean Park. It's on Facebook as well as YouTube. Dean Park Station. His July update went up on YouTube last week, so he's a week before me this time. Usually I'm before him, so he's beaten me to it. Everard Junction, his most recent one was the track laying, so check Richard Warren out at Everard Junction. Also check out New Junction, which is set in the privatisation period, and also check out another couple of web layouts that you'll be able to find. One of them is Waverley West, all one word, Waverley West. It's set at the western end of Edinburgh Waverley Station, and Newcastle Central, which as the name implies, set at the largest railway station in the northeast of England. So that completes this month's update, except to say that you may be interested to know what was actually the first train to leave here and go down the ramp. Well, it was the TransPennine one, of course. We'll see you next month, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye for now.